Morning, everyone. So, as I've put on a couple of short bits yesterday, I haven't been very active on the social media channels this week because it's been probably the craziest. I say the craziest, like a really busy week in terms of sorting stuff out. And I said along this journey I'd be honest and give you the difficult bits as well as the good bits. And I don't mind saying earlier this week, I think it was Tuesday, I had a bit of a meltdown just with the amount of stuff trying to sort. For example, there's just two pages of line by line checklists just for renting out our property. We've never rented out a property before, and whilst I said in previous videos and have said to family and friends, it's too much to deal with in one big go, you need to compartmentalise it into lots of little bits. Earlier this week, I just my brain was frazzled and went back into trying to deal with it all as one, and it just all just felt a lot. And you add that, that's just the house stuff, but you then add trying to secure the property abroad, trying to be a good dad, trying to do well at work, all of just life bits and pieces on top of trying to sort everything out was just crazy, and to say it got a bit much. However, these things are always a roller coaster, right? And after that, I then set about writing a list of things I needed to do day by day to get through them. And the following day, I think it was Wednesday, I boshed off half of the stuff that was needed on the sort of rental side of things. And then the good news just kept coming this week. So my wife has managed to secure a more senior position at one of the local schools, which is absolutely incredible. So we have got some form of income when we get there, which is great. It's nowhere near comparable to what people earn in the UK, but it's certainly a start. And with that comes some security for the kids, so the kids can go to the same school at a significantly discounted rate because of my wife having a job at the school. So some things really fell into place. And then the next day we got a letter from the bank to say that it had been authorised that we could let our property, because it all hinged on that. Because if the bank said no because of the type of mortgage we have, then that would have been kind of the end of it. So it feels like there's some really significant bits that you have to get over the line, otherwise the whole thing's a bit of a no-go. And we, I think it was Thursday or Friday, received that letter from the bank saying that they're authorised to sort of permission to let. So that was game on. We then had a tenant round yesterday. Or the tenant that's going to be moving in came round and looked at the property, and we had a really good discussion for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, around the bits that he wanted to keep. So I knew what bits I needed to start deconstructing. So whilst the beginning of the week was a bit of a low in terms of, oh my goodness, what are we doing, got so much going on. It then you then go to the top of the roller coaster, and you get some really positive stuff. So it's important, if you're doing something like this, that you acknowledge that you're going to have times that feel really difficult, but you've got to be resilient and push through them so that you get the good stuff. And the good stuff will come, and although it's still a big unknown for us, I've got no doubt that the positives will outweigh, and I'll very quickly forget the negatives of doing all the admin bits that I've had to over the past few weeks. Because although I've had loads this week, particularly around the renting the property, there's other things like life insurance, HMRC, all sorts of each one needs multiple forms filled out to make sure that you comply with stuff. And then, sorry, I'm jumping around a little bit, but we then had the kids' sort of last sports day. My wife was able to join us this time, which she hasn't been able to before. And the kids were so happy. Just big toothy grins the whole way through, doing their races, their obstacle course races, just normal running races. They absolutely loved it, and we both looked at each other and questioned what we're doing, because you're taking kids out of a place they're really happy and settled and got a big bunch of friends and are doing really well academically, and you sort of question again what we're what we're doing. So even along this journey, we're still, you know, talking about making the right decisions. And I think that's important, again, for anyone doing this, that they, you know, assess it all the way through and make sure that you're happy, because it's such a big thing to do that you've got to make sure it's the right thing for you and your family, and it isn't for everybody. And I don't know that it is for us, but you, as I've said before, you only live once. You've only got one opportunity here, and you probably live the rest of your life in regret if you had this opportunity and didn't take it. So I just encourage you to be reflective, consider stuff throughout, be aware that you're going to have days when it's tough, but they will be balanced with days that you're jumping around the house excited because things have gone your way. So that's the reason I haven't been around much on social media this past week. That's just sort of a part of it. I'm then away again this week with work, so that I'm really counting down days and that now, because of my last day at work. I've sort of handed in my notice, and my last day at work is going to be the 29th of July. I'm away this week. We've only then got a few weeks in reality to be, deconstructing our entire house and getting all the other bits of admin in order so that we can fly out of here on the 5th of August. So thanks for listening.